another very vivid memory I have of one of the labors. I was transported into their hospital, whichever it was on the ship, which I usually was taken to, and I was 23 years old. I remember, like, usually when I'd go, they would take all my clothes off during the labors and my shoes. Like, I would be completely naked for these labors, and I remember this may have been the same reptile guy. When we were on the spaceship, sometimes, like, he had all black and dark brown scales. Like, he seemed darker color or something. Like, I don't know, it's hard to tell because sometimes it would be dark in the ship or whichever. But I remember being in so much pain. I was in labor. I arrived, like, they took me and abducted me, and I was there, and I was in active labor, and I was in so much pain. I remember laying on the bed, and I was crying, and I remember this reptile, he looked at my feet and my toes, and he said he didn't like the nail polish that I had on my toes. And I remember he said that he could not start the labor, like, you know, the things that needed to be done, like having me push and epidurals and stuff like that, until he painted my toes. So he took some nail polish remover and started, like, removing the nail polish and all this stuff. And I remember just, like, screaming and being in severe pain while he was doing all this. And I just thought this was so weird and so crazy. Like, it was ridiculous, I thought. It was crazy. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die in pain while he's making me wait here while he paints my toes and plays with my toes before we can start any of this labor procedure. I remember also, I think they had to shave me down there too before they started the labor, and stuff like that. Okay, and then there was also, when I was 24, I remember an emergency C-section. I woke up one night, I was already at the hospital, like, lab type looking place. I remember lying down in the bed, and the reptile guy spoke to me. He said that there was an emergency, that the cord was wrapped around the baby's neck, and they needed to put me into emergency surgery quickly so that they could take care of this and take care of everything. I just remember everything happening so fast. The next thing I know, he puts this mask on my face, and then I remember falling asleep right after that. I remember, like, I quickly fell asleep, and then, I remember waking up in the hospital bed, and he started talking to me. He said that I had been there for, like, a week recovering, and I had to go back home soon because I was there for a while. And I don't know what they did to keep me there that long, but it seems they're able to do something to time, like manipulate it or something, kind of like when the therapist took me during the session. So they can kind of, like, manipulate time, and they also have a clone version of me, which I believe is what they put down, you know, to play as me on Earth while they took me and would keep me there for a few days or so. Because that's basically what he had mentioned, that they have to do that so that, you know, like, it can be that nobody knows that I'm really gone and I'm really on a spaceship. So they do make clones of us, and that's what they do. When they abduct you, they'll put the clone down on Earth so that clone can play as you while they have you up on the ship. So that's usually how that works. So I remember after that C-section, I woke up and I was really woozy. Like, I remember being so tired. I remember just wanting to rest and sleep. I remember the reptile guy came over to me, and I remember things were kind of blurry, but I saw him in front of my hospital bed, and he had, like, you know, black-brown scales. He was, like, he was a reptilian in full body. His eyes were black and stuff like that. He looked really scary. And I remember he asked if he could have sex with me, and I said no. And he said, please, like, he started to beg me, please let me have sex with you, please. And I said, no, like, I just had surgery. I was, like, in a bed, and he said, I told him, like, no, you're going to hurt me. And I said, no. And he said that he can shrink his penis to the size of a pencil so that it will not hurt me. And he said, please let me have sex. And I just kept saying no. I just wanted to rest. Like, I was in the bed and, like, recovering from this childbirth. And then next thing I know, he started to rape me. He put his penis in, and I remember I started to cry, and I just wanted it to stop. It didn't hurt or anything, but I could still feel things, and he would not stop. And I just couldn't even believe what was happening to me. I never felt safe. I didn't feel safe at all. I felt like I was in danger. There's no one that I could tell. And it was really bad. I just couldn't even believe it. And this was when I was 23, 24 years old that this happened. So after the trauma of that, I remember at home I was recovering, and I think like what they would do is, from what I had remembered, and I remembered Devera telling me that they administer the pain medication, like when you go home and after you have the C-section, they administer it like while you're sleeping or whichever, like pretty much on earth, like they have to still do medical stuff and things, but nobody knows what's really going on or knows at all. It's all kept secret. So yeah, so that was my experience with that C-section and the rape by the reptilian. And this is gonna be the video I'll post for the next while, and then I'll be trying to post some more videos in a couple days or so. I just need to kind of, you know, this is a lot to emotionally kind of deal with. It's a lot. This is kind of like being naked, because I'm really talking about everything that has happened to me, and it's really hard, like so but I know that this has to be done, so I have to, you know, bring the truth out here and talk about what has been done to me. And you know, so yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me. I really appreciate it. Once again, my email's in the description box if you have any questions or comments. Thank you so much, and have a great day.